Today we're taking a look at the Oral Roberts vs Arkansas match, which is happening on Saturday, March 27, 2021 at 7:25 p.m., and giving you my betting tips and predictions in general on this game. Welcome back to High Stakes. Let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. Oral Roberts hopes for a continuation on its Cinderella ride in the NCAA tournament come Saturday with yet another chance to knock off a higher seed when the Golden Eagles square off against Arkansas. For the Razorbacks, there will be zero shock and awe in what Oral brings to the court after taking down the number 15 seed 87-76 on December 20th. Whatever one wants to make of Oral Roberts' pre-tournament body of work as the automatic bid out of the Summit League, the Golden Eagles have written off their doubters by defeating number 2 seed Ohio State 75-72 in overtime and earning a thrilling 81-78 win over number 7 seed Florida to get to the Sweet 16. How does Oral Roberts do it? There is not a shot on the court these Eagles don't like, as evidenced by their season average of 81.5 points per game. Arkansas is in its first Sweet 16 since 1996 after two iffy performances against Colgate and Texas Tech. Colgate held a 14-point lead in the first half against the Razorbacks before Arkansas stormed back for an 85-68 win. A repeat performance took place against the Red Raiders, falling down double digits early before taking a 13-point lead midway through the second half. Texas Tech battled back but eventually succumbed, 68-66. The team just won't quit. The Golden Eagles were getting rolled by Florida. It looked like an obvious 7-15 mismatch, and then everything flipped in the stunning 81-78 win coming off the overtime shocker over Ohio State. They're not hitting the threes at a high clip, but they're taking so many that it works. Keep firing and they're bound to go in. They play such a fast style of game that there are plenty of shots, lots of opportunities, and plenty of chances, especially when they're shooting 46% from the field like they did against the Gators. Arkansas is more than happy to play an up-tempo game, and it'll screw up just enough to help Oral Roberts out. Texas Tech was able to grind things down to its level, but the Hogs were able to battle through, were tough on the boards, and they made the key plays down the stretch in a 68-66 fight. But they'd rather get moving. This is very controlled but very fast team that doesn't rely on the three, but it takes them. Like Oral Roberts, it's a bit more of a quantity over quality thing when it comes to the outside, but this team can do just about everything right. There might be too many turnovers, but the rebounding is there to potentially dominate at both ends. It didn't matter in the first two games of the tournament, but Oral Roberts was out-rebounded by Ohio State and Florida by a combined 68-50. Back in December, Arkansas played the same way against Oral Roberts as is thus far in the NCAA tournament, jacking up a bunch of three-point shots in the first half without success. The Razorbacks trailed Oral by 12 in the first half after hitting just 2 of 18 attempts from beyond the arc. The second half was a different story, as Arkansas attacked the rim and was rewarded with easy layups and dunks. If the Golden Eagles can pack the paint and keep the Hogs off the offensive glass, this Arkansas team might not be able to shoot its way to a victory. For Oral Roberts, the game plan is simple: get point guard Max Abmas going. The Razorbacks were physical with Abmas, who led Division I with 24.2 points per game in the first meeting, holding him to 11 points on 4 of 11 shooting. The Eagles' second leading scorer, forward Kevin Obener, produced a double-double, grabbing 10 boards while pouring in 21 points. Both players have come up huge for Oru in the NCAA tournament, with Abmas pouring in a total of 55 points and Obener averaging 29 points and 11 rebounds in the two wins. It may be too little too late, but if someone can send a memo to the Razorbacks that they are shooting 33.6% from three-point land, that would help. Moses Moody is Arkansas' most consistent three-point threat. J.D. Note has 4 fewer made three-pointers, 54 in the season than Moody, but has jacked it up 8 more times. If Arkansas continues to rely on the three-point shot, at some point the Hogs will not be able to recover in the second half. Oral Roberts is not as deep or athletic as Arkansas. The Golden Eagles allowed the Hogs into the paint in the first meeting, not challenging shots in fear of getting into foul trouble. Obener is a threat on the offensive end and on the boards but does not force the issue defensively. Taking it to Obener and getting him into early foul trouble will completely clear the lane for Arkansas. So here are my betting suggestions for that game. In the 81-78 win over Florida on Sunday, Oral Roberts' Kevin Obener led the team with 28 points and 11 rebounds. Max Abmas added 26 points with 7 assists and 2 boards, and both Carlos Jurgens and Kareem Thompson chipped in 9 points apiece. Over on the Arkansas side, they had a 1-4 stretch going back in January, but since then haven't lost consecutive games. The Razorbacks had a 5-game win streak snapped by LSU in the conference tourney, but have since beaten Colgate and Texas Tech in the NCAA tournament. In the 68-66 win over Texas Tech on Sunday, Arkansas leading scorer was Justin Smith with 20 points, 6 rebounds and 2 assists. Both Moses Moody and Devontae Davis each notched 15 points, 6 rebounds and 1 assist, and Jalen Tate chipped in 10 points. Arkansas will win this game, but Oral Roberts has the confidence and potentially the 2 best collegiate players in this game between Abmas and Obener. If the Golden Eagles can get slightly more production from their support players, then they'll be in great shape considering they won the first 2 games with nobody else besides those 2 scoring in double figures. The tempo of Arkansas, which usually impacts most teams, won't do anything to Oral Roberts, and the Golden Eagles have a traditional big man who can give Power 5 frontcourts trouble, which usually isn't the case for mid-major. Mills is also an incredible coach who has far more experience than he lets on and will have a great game plan for his team. My first betting advice is to pick Oral Roberts plus 11.5. Arkansas is 19-9-1 ATS this season, 8-2 ATS in their last 10, and 15-6-1 ATS as the favorite. Oral Roberts is 16-9 ATS this season, 8-2 ATS in their last 10, and 11-3 ATS as the underdog. 2 great offenses will face off in this one, as both teams average over 80 points per game. My second betting advice is to pick under 159.5. Good luck to all of you. That's it for this video. Stay tuned and stay safe for the next betting tips and advice.